Well, and hello. Big Area Phil with another edition of Dude, What the Fuck? Today on What the Fuck, we're not talking about a dude. We're talking about a female comedian who got into a little bit of trouble with the law. It's not Amy Schumer, don't worry. It's not Amy Schumer. It's not Sarah Silverman. Don't worry. It's a comedian that nobody's really heard about in about, 35, 40 years? And the last couple of generations don't have any clue of who the hell I'm talking about. So let's just get right into the story, shall we? Before I pop it on the screen, you want to take any bets as to who it might be? I'll give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, here it is. Elaine Boozler, yeah. When was the last time you've heard that name? Episode of Seinfeld, maybe a million years ago? Well, here's something I didn't know about Elaine Boozler, other than she's another Yenta comic from New York who's not funny. In 2018, CNN included Boozler, and this is Trump-era CNN, so you know the kind of CNN we're talking about here. Included Boozler in their list of groundbreaking women in American comedy. Well, that tells you all you need to know and raises all the right red flags. I remember her in the 80s. She wasn't funny then. I don't think she's ever been funny in her life. Except maybe what happened to her, allegedly, at the Dodger game from Fox 11. And of course, out come the puns immediately. They say there's no crying in baseball, which is an old reference to a 1988 movie that nobody fucking remembers, but there you go. But for comedian, can we stop calling her a comedian? Just say Elaine Boozler. And by the way, nobody knows Elaine Boozler for comedy for any other reason these days. Her latest experience at Dodger Stadium over the weekend was no laughing matter. We're so clever with the puns. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. Instead of reading the bullfuck news article, let's have Elaine Boozler herself tell us all about it, because this is where they got all the info from this video she put on her own YouTube channel. Boy, is she looking rough, I'll tell you what. This place looks familiar. This looks like Carrie Fisher's house up at Topanga. You know how I know? Because I've been to Carrie Fisher's house. What, are you fucking kidding? No. Shot a commercial up there. Carrie Fisher has a strange house, or had a strange house. She's no longer with us, of course, up at Topanga with all kinds of weird knickknacks, and it was kind of cool. I mean, it was unique. Did she buy Carrie Fisher's old place? I wonder. Didn't know she could afford it. But, again, let's hear Elaine Boozler herself tell us a story. And I'm sure, let me guess, she's going to throw out, don't you know who I am? She's going to throw that card out there, right? I'm just making an educated guess.
Better than mine. Here are my wrists after being handcuffed for 2 hours.
Aw. She has the face of a Karen. Yes, she does. Okay, what were you handcuffed for? Were you that much of a see you next Tuesday at Dodger Stadium? I mean, look, we expect a lot of drunken vatos there, especially in the outfield bleachers, especially when the Giants are in town. We expect a lot of mayhem and riffraff going on, but what did you do, Elaine Boozler, that was so bad that they had to cuff you up and throw you in the back of a cop car, allegedly?
At Dodger Stadium, that's right, I was arrested. I didn't know that your bag coming into the stadium had to be clear.
The only bag I see is the one I'm looking at.
And I was so excited to bring my new little baseball bag into the stadium, which is so adorable. And
did you not get the memo from about 20 years ago? You're not allowed to bring shit like that into the ballpark anymore. It's a 9/11 thing, you know? It's a terrorism thing. It's just stupid, but okay. I think most people understand the concept. You don't need to bring a big fucking bag in there with you. For what? You're supposed to bring those stupid clear bags, or just don't bring nothing. What do you need to bring anything in there for? You're watching a baseball game. You're not going shopping.
My baseball socks. I'm a baseball fan.
Apparently not. Apparently you haven't been to Dodger Stadium since 2001, because I think that's kind of when they enacted this stupid rule they have.
This looks big because of the phone, but it's 10 inches across this bag. It's nothing, and there's like nothing in it. And they said, nope, yeah.
Well, if you got nothing in it, what the fuck did you bring it for? Stupid. And really, nobody in your family could tell you, hey, Elaine, don't bring that big fucking bag of Dodger Stadium, you dummy. Nobody told you that? You know why? Because it probably didn't fucking happen.
Have to bring it back to the car or throw it away. And I said, wow, the car, let's see. We paid $50 to park a mile away, and it's 80 degrees, and the tickets were $300 in the secondary market, and nowhere did I see it say it has to be a clear bag. You should let me in. No.
Again, if you went with a bunch of family members, they probably should have told you, hey, unless they're afraid to stand up to you, which, you know, I can imagine you being a huge pain in the ass and not funny. Nobody could tell you, hey, don't bring that dumb fucking bag in. Nobody had the guts to tell you that, huh? Makes me kind of think none of that's ever happened in the first place. But you're going to play the victim because that's what you do.
Oh, terrorism. The terrorists have obviously won. And I said, terrorism? I've sung the
Terrorist, in other words, the male security guard that stopped her at the gate.
anthem here 5 times. I've been in the booth 50 times.
She sung the national anthem a bunch of times. I don't remember that. Anybody remember that? Never ever see her sing the national anthem? Anybody? As many times I've been to Dodger Stadium, I never remember this dumb broad singing the national anthem. I've been there since I've been there when I was a kid, and I've been there as recently as a couple of weeks ago. I certainly don't remember her singing the national anthem, nor do I remember her being in the broadcast booth. You think Vince Scully is going to have this pig in there with her? Hell the fuck no. And it's time for Dodger Baseball. And what is this unfunny cow doing in my booth? I cannot imagine Vince Scully welcoming this into the booth for any reason. Unless she's been in one of those ESPN national games. When, okay, but 50 times? Yeah, somebody's making some shit up here.
I've done everything extra for Dodger Stadium a comedian can do.
Except be funny, which is the only thing a comedian should do. Again, I find it very hard to believe that you would be asked to be at Dodger Stadium 50 times, or up at the broadcast booth 50 times, or do anything there, anytime. Who the fuck are you? You're nobody.
Oh my goodness, I played in the Hollywood Stars game 10.
The Hollywood Stars game. Anybody remember the last time that was played? Was it at least 3 decades ago, right? Nobody cares about this, you old crazy bag. But again, look at me, poor me. Don't you know who I am? I'm a celebrity. In your own mind.
Times, just let me in with the bag. No, you can't come in.
Just let you in the bag when they gotta let everybody in with the bag. No, fuck you in your bag, you know? And yes, they don't have lockers to put them in because they're afraid people will put stuff in there and blow it up. Which they will, because people are fucking nuts. You're not supposed to bring that shit with you, stupid. Somebody should have fucking told you. Too fucking bad, right?
And it got heated, but quiet. I did.
Got heated. That means you called somebody a cunt, or they called you a cunt. You said, fuck you. Probably called some guy, probably accused a guy of having a small dick, as that's what women like you do.
Lose an F-bomb, but it was quiet. And unfortunately, the guy at the gate...
She has to emphasize it was a man that stopped her, of course, because the patriarchy is stopping me from enjoying the Dodger game. Again, if you were such a frequent fucking Dodger fan, you'd know the bag policy by now. It's been there a while, okay? No bag should have been in there. The one you brought and yourself should have been kept out. And they do. And
was
they
that kind of guy with just a little bit of power.
See, she's a little bit of power. She's alluding that he's got a tiny dick because how dare a guy tell big bad Elaine Boozler what to fucking do.
Power. Just a little bit of power, and that's the most dangerous. Guys with a little bit of power, oh man, they get to use it. So he said, you're not...
That is his job, to enforce the bag policy. You know, that he's doing his fucking job. As nobody agrees with it. Everybody thinks it's stupid, but he is doing his job. That's what he's supposed to do. Keep big bags like that out of the fucking ballpark. That's his job, okay? You thought you could bend the rules because you're big bad Elaine Boozler, and guess who I am, and don't you know what I've done? No, nobody in this generation, last 3 or 4 generations know what you fucking done, and the ones who do remember, you don't want to remember.
Getting in. I had my nephew and his 8-year-old, and of course the 8-year-old...
Again, your nephew could say, hey, Auntie Stupid, don't bring a big bag into the fucking ballpark, like everybody else fucking knows that already.
Starts to cry, and I said, okay, well, let the boys in. They didn't offend you, and so they went in.
It's not about being offended. It's about enforcing the stupid rules. Yeah, the rules are stupid, but the people are there to enforce them, okay? You don't like it? Don't fucking go, and don't bring no bull fucking shit in there with you.
And I'm out there, and he said, you're not getting in. You're going to get arrested for trespassing if you don't leave. And he said, how can I be trespassing with a $300 ticket in my pocket?
How stupid are you paying $300 at a Dodger game? Dodgers stink this year. You can sit in the fucking nosebleeds for under $50. Fucking save some money. It looks like you could use some.
Anyway, I said, fine, arrest me. So they did. They arrested me. They cuffed me behind my back. They put me in a black and white squad car. They did not hold my head. They did not. And I pointed that out. And they said, lady, this is an SUV. The roof
She's more pissed that they called her lady and not Miss Boozler. Again, don't you know who I am? No.
is 2 feet above your head. You're fine. And I said, oh, right. I have to say, the cops, man and woman, were very nice. Yes, I'm white. I know that.
Yeah, we all know that. You're getting preferential. Yeah, I know where you're going with this. You're getting preferential treatment because you're white. Shut up. Just shut up. It's turning into a political statement now. Again, are you starting to think she made this whole fucking thing up? How did you really get them things on your wrist? Did you burn? Did you fucking leave a pot on and touch them with both wrists? What did you really do? Was it a night? Was it a nasty sex session? Somebody fucking handcuffed you to the bed? Good God, I can't even. I want to get that image in my fucking head. Yikes.
But they were nice. Anyway, got to the Dodger Stadium office. They had to press charges because the guy wouldn't give up. And the people in the office were pretty nice, actually, even though I was handcuffed behind my back and then handcuffed to a bench. So it was fascinating to get processed like that. They count all the cash in your purse, and then you have to sign off on it. And they said, you have $371 cash in your purse. And I said, well, yes, we were planning on buying 2 hot dogs and a water.
That's hilarious.
That went over well. And then they said, well, you know, you're going to get arrested. You're going to have a record. And I said, oh, no, I won't be able to vote, but I will be able to run. So
I knew it. I was about to ask, do you think she's a screaming liberal? Yes, there. She threw in a Trump joke right there. I can run because because Trump is on Trump. Yeah, I knew where she was going with that immediately. It's like, none of this surprises me. None of it.
That's how my day went, and I sat there for 2 hours, and finally they said, well, if you agree to leave, we don't have to send you to jail downtown. And I said, okay, I guess.
Send her ass to jail. That would have been fun. That would have been funny. Funnier than anything she's done in her career.
So I did leave in a squad car to go call a car to come. But here's the thing. Shame on you, Dodger Stadium. Shame on you.
I'm proud of you, Dodger Stadium, for keeping this unfunny load out of the fucking ballpark. Good. I'll fucking drop some of them ticket prices. Jesus Christ.
You know me. I've done so much free work for you for days.
Nobody remembers that. Nobody fucking remembers the free work you did for Dodger Stadium. Yeah, how did that work out for the Dodger season? Oh, nobody remembers it? How come I've never seen an Elaine Boozler day at Dodger Stadium? How come I don't remember you being in the booth ever? You're fucking making this up, you wacko.
Decades. And even if I wasn't me, if I was just a customer who was coming to the game, to be treated like that.
Yeah, that you were just a customer. Nobody cares that you're Elaine Boozler. Don't throw out your celebrity status because there is none. Okay, nobody cares. Nobody cared in the '80s, the only time you were relevant. Nobody cared then. Nobody cares now. Okay, you expect the people at Dodger Stadium to remember anything you actually did for the fucking stadium or for the Dodgers? No, nobody's gonna fucking remember that.
For anyone to be treated like that is so awful. You need to talk to your personnel, and you really need to get rid of that guy with a tiny little bit of power.
No, I think you should give him a promotion. You should make him head of security, is what you should do.
Who is definitely not a people person.
And neither are you. Good Lord. So good for you. You got to be a Karen in front of everybody. Good for you, because you were too stupid to know you can't bring a big bag into the stadium anymore. Well, again, you prove how unfunny you've always been in your career, although this did make me chuckle, I do gotta say. But then, of course, you gotta pull out a voting and a Trump joke, so duh, like we didn't know already. Well, good job, Elaine Boozler. You should have spent a night in jail. That would have been fucking hilarious, and I would have laughed out loud for the first time at anything you've been involved in. Until then, all I could say is, dude, what the fuck? Thank you very much for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe. Hit that notification bell and join my Rumble channel, Big Angry Phil Podcast. There is some exclusive stuff on there. There's one extra video today that will not be seen on YouTube. There's obvious reasons why I kept it on there and only on there. You will see why. But go to my Rumble channel, Big Info Podcast, and you will see this plus one extra one today. All right? All right. I am out of here. I will see everybody tomorrow. Dude, what the fuck?